All right, we're going to get going on step-ups. So Grayson and Jackie are going to demonstrate step-ups for us.
All right, first off, we want to talk about the height that we're going to use for all of our step-ups. In all of your workouts and all of the workouts over the summer, we're going to be using an 18-inch height or an 18-inch box for the step-ups. You can also use a 20-inch box. I know it's pretty common in a lot of gyms. The reason we like using an 18-inch box for this is because it's also equivocal to a bench. If you're in any facility that has a lifting bench, that's also 18 inches tall. So that way you can easily transpose over both whenever you're doing our step-ups. First thing we want to do is talk about how we're going to address the box. So we're going to have Jackie come over here to the side. Good. So we want to make sure that she's standing a little closer to the box. Okay? You want to have your toes close to the box like you're as easily as going up and down stairs in your house or anywhere. So we want to make sure that whenever she steps up onto the box, she steps up with a strong posture. So come up. Good. Just like if you were doing a lunge. So we want to make sure that her knee is at 90 degrees and her hip is at 90 degrees also. And then we're going to have her step up onto the box. And this is her ending position. Okay, step-ups are fairly simple, but it's a two-phase process. The up is not the most important. The down is actually very important as well. So when she ends up here, we're going to have her go back down with the same leg. Excellent. And what we'll notice is that when she's coming back down, it's a controlled descent. So we'll have her come back up. Good. And have her come back down. And it's a controlled descent. We don't want to see her come up and then kind of fall off the back very quickly. See the difference between the two. We want to make sure that she's controlled on the way up and on the way down. Now, a lot of times when we're talking about doing step-ups, it's also a running form drill. So we want to, when we go up with one, we want to have the opposite arm moving up as well. When we add weight to this, we'll take out the arm motion, but if you're doing them without weight, it's great to incorporate that arm motion with it. And Jackie will show us that as well. Good, and controlling the weight down. Now we're going to show them with weight. So we're going to have Chloe go over and grab two 10-pound dumbbells. We always suggest using a light weight when starting any kind of exercise that you may not be familiar with. The weight is going to add an intensity and a resistance factor to it. But the key is that we want to make sure that you have very good form in the exercise before we start adding weight to it. When you're holding the dumbbells, we suggest holding them on your sides. That way they're not getting in the way of your legs moving or in the way of the box as you're stepping up. We want to have her make sure that she's close to the box, that she's ready to address it. You don't want to be too far back where you're lunging out to get up onto the box. When she steps up, it's a controlled motion up, and when she steps back, it's a controlled motion down. Now what you'll notice is that when you go up with the right, you come back down with the left. Just the same as with you're going up with the left, you're coming back down with the right. Now we also want to make sure that when we're coming back down off of the box, we don't have a clearing. So we're coming back down. We want to make sure the foot comes right off of the box and doesn't come like this off of the box. All right? What you're doing here is if you're coming off like this, it's just showing that you don't have the hip range of motion that we're looking for. So Chloe's going to demonstrate a good one, coming up and coming down controlled. And then she's going to demonstrate a bad one where she comes up and then comes down and clears off the box. Just like that. We want to make sure that you're nice and strong in line.
Thanks, Grayson.